Most times you feel a bit different than people around you. This could be why. Have you ever felt like you think or see things slightly differently than your peers, in a way that you seem somehow removed from the world and its worries? Have you ever caught yourself missing a more simple life of days gone by? Somehow you feel like you've been there. You might also feel out of sync with what your friends are concerned with. It's as if you know something they don't, but you're not sure what that something is. You see the bigger picture. Are you an old soul? You may be one if people have told you from a young age that you act older than your biological age, but this isn't just about maturity. As an old soul, you may feel that you possess deep wisdom, unique talents, high emotional intelligence, and often a connection to nature. What is an old soul? An old soul is an individual who experiences the world as if they were older than their chronological age, thus the use of the word. Old souls tend to be very powerful but generally quieter or self-reflective. An old soul is not just someone really smart, who has above-average intelligence or is good with older people. Are you an old soul? Let's find out by looking at the telltale signs and traits. 1. You make time to be alone. You need time to think, feel your feelings, and focus on your own personal development. Sometimes people call introverts by this name because they prefer solitary activities, but not every introvert is an old soul. Additionally, old souls are selective about who they spend time with. They don't like surface-level relationships with emotionally unavailable people, and it may take them a while to find that person with whom they connect. When they do, they may become soulmates. 2. Knowledge, truth, and wisdom are your sanctuary. You inherently understand these truths profoundly. In other words, you know what's important in life, and you're not likely to get caught up in what isn't. You probably read a lot, and you've been guilty of spending too much time trying to find the answer to something when you had somewhere else to be or something else to be doing. You lose time when you're in this learning zone. You prefer to go reading or studying rather than going out to parties. You want to learn everything you can. You're naturally curious about almost everything, although you've probably narrowed your interests out of practicality over the years. You long to find more information about the things you want to know. This isn't surprising because you've dedicated your lifetime, possibly lifetimes, to learning and growing. You're so happy when you listen to people talk about how things used to be done, whether it's cooking, farming, shopkeeping, sewing, or anything else. You were born sensitive and connected spiritually, although depending on life experiences, some sensitivity may have been cast aside for survival. 3. Spirituality is an integrated part of who you are. You may have gravitated toward one specific religion or see the truth in all religions, but either way, you realize that religion is just a set of rules, while spirituality is a deep sense of connection, love for life, and gratitude for the abundance in your life. Old souls tend to be sensitive and spiritual, so the fact that the universe is vast and you're not the center of it brings you comfort, and it drives you to do your part to help humanity, the environment, and other causes. So unlike other people who tend to pursue worldly objectives, you do things for your self-development. 4. The past feels like it's a part of you. You feel so connected to people older than you, and you want nothing more than to soak up what they know about things before you were born. This isn't to say that you'd want to give up modern conveniences to go back to the old ways, but you know you'd be alright and figure it out if you suddenly found yourself in a bygone time. History fascinates you, and it wasn't just your favorite subject in school. You've continued to learn. 5. You aren't materialistic. It's amazing to have nice things. You speak all the time about creating a life of affluence, ease, and joy, but your possessions don't control you, and you don't feel an overwhelming need to spend money on stuff. Things are just tools that you've attracted to your life to help you to make things more comfortable, and beyond that, you'd rather live through experiences, not stuff. Old souls often enjoy the simple things in life. 6. Middle and high school friends were few. This is not always the case, but many showed signs from young ages that more aware adults may have picked up on, and as a result, you may have liked different music, books, or activities that seemed older, and most people your own age may have considered you boring. To fit in, you may have pretended to like certain things, but now you have more freedom to choose who you spend time with, so you don't have to do that anymore. 7. Overflowing with wisdom from a young age. If you are an old soul, People likely said you were more mature than your friends, even as a toddler. Yes, I've even seen children in strollers exhibiting the common signs before they can even speak. The actions of people your own age sometimes didn't make sense, and it created conflict because your perspective was much broader than others the same age. Your advice flows like water to anyone who will listen. You're the go-to person for sound advice and have a strong sense of the right path to take. You know how to ask probing questions, listen actively, and get to the heart of a matter. In your family, you're seen as the stable one, who is emotionally integrated, but also level-headed. So friends, family members, and co-workers naturally come to you for advice. 8. Home is a special place to you. I'm talking about the place and the people, because this is where you feel the safest, and it's where you are happiest. It's where your small circle of friends and family exists, and it's where you spend your time discovering inner truth and growing spiritually. You also spend a lot of time out in nature, which feels like an extension of home. 9. You enjoy spending time with older people. You feel close to someone older than you. You can tell this person anything and love to learn from them. You're just so down to earth and focused on what's important in life, which many people take a lifetime to discover. There's also a slower and more thoughtful way about you, so your energies match. 10. You just feel old inside. Do you ever have this feeling of wariness about the world that can feel tiring at times? Like you've got the world on your shoulders? You're so curious, and time doesn't exist when you're seeking the truth, so you'll invest however much you need to reveal it, but that takes patience, and being an outsider looking in helps.